Well, to give you an idea of how this day is going to go, I tried to record today without even having my recording program open. So hopefully things go better for Wilder than it's going for me right now. All right, so it is quite early in the morning, a little too early for us to do a job. Graduation is later today, so I thought it would be a good time for us to head on over to the library and question these scientists about spores. And then by that time, hopefully the curio shop will be open and we can do some further exploration there. I also think it's going to be important for us to work on our relationship with Cassiel. As you'll notice, we currently have more of a relationship with Lane, who we only seduced for the purpose of getting information. That's not a good sign. All right, let's hope we can find a scientist around here. We've got the librarian. It's probably a bit early for scientists to be lurking about. Wait. Yes. Oh, military personnel. Well, we can at least question you about the spores. You have a scientist coat, whatever, on, but yeah, it normally says scientist over, so that's a little weird. We still might be able to. Oh wait, no, you don't have. You're just military personnel. That's what the heck happened there. All right, question about the spores. It doesn't necessarily say we can't find things out about things this way. Talk to you about Strangerville. Oh, it's a river. I think we... okay, you already have an infection scanner. So you know we have that. Interesting. Okay. Someone broke into the lab and released spores. We're using our infection scanners to find them. Here's a scientist. Let's question you about the spores in the lab. Probably shouldn't be doing it right in front of military personnel, but you are quite the attractive sim too, I must say. All right, do you really need to? Why are you going downstairs to chat with the guy who's upstairs? Sims are weird. Put on some pants, lady. Oh, he's coming down by us. Okay. Maybe, he took it to heart what I said and he's trying to get away so he's not right there next to people. Although, Yvonne, seriously. I guess now I understand why you didn't have pants on. Okay. Questioning. Okay, we're questioning about the spores. Great. I mean, the spores are not just in the lab at this point, so... I have the materials to craft a spore filter, but I have not been able to analyze enough spore clusters. Use the chemical analyzer at the secret lab to construct the infection profile data. Bring it to me, and I can construct a spore filter. Okay, so we need to go to the library and analyze these, or the lab, and analyze these. I do want to stop by and visit the curio shop owner. That opens in a minute, and hopefully if there's any more information we need, we can get it before we head to the lab. Alright, question you about the spores. Let's run on over there. Okay, yep, we're asking you. We're really interested. Whatever you have to tell us, we would love to know. Because this is a pretty serious investigation. Oh, our graduation ceremony starts soon. We might, I feel like we might end up skipping graduation, but I have a couple of these hazmat suits in my secret inventory. I doubt they will do much good without a spore filter, but I would be willing to sell it to you if you're still interested. Alright, we're definitely going to need some money if we're going to be buying a hazmat suit. But I think I'm going to let him go to graduation. We have, so we need to buy a hazmat suit and give a scientist the infection profile data. I do want to find out how much the hazmat suit cost us. So, let's see. If we go to secret inventory, 1,000? We're going to have to do a few jobs, or hope that we get a bonus if we eventually get hired. I have to wait until after graduation because then we typically will, I believe, get an offer, or when we go to get a job, we've already advanced. It's a thing. It's one of the reasons I like university. Let's see. How are your needs? Needs are fine. Maybe when is actual graduation? That's why I was going into the calendar. Graduation starts at, okay, in like 10 minutes. So we'll head to graduation, which we know will never actually go as it's supposed to, but I like to go anyway. And then we'll head back home, head on over to the lab, and try to do some investigation. All right, who said university would be easy? No stress student is alone, though. Why are we cramming? Why are we getting all these university things? Like every university notification we should have gotten, except that we turn them off. I'm busy today. Sorry, like literally have my graduation. We're gonna put up our banners. I think that would be appropriate for a graduation day, don't you think? And we're enthusing with our classmates who I don't think we ever actually met. Caitlin, let's see. We maybe should at least know you. Cheerfully introduce ourselves to everyone here. If I have time to do this before graduation actually starts. And then we'll hopefully be able to head in. But we'll have made a few friends that we should have made before this. And then we'll go ahead. Oh, wait. We gotta get a selfie with you. Okay, take a selfie with the mascot. And then we will cheerfully introduce ourselves to you. I feel like these are all people we should have known before, so it makes sense that he'd have a relationship with them. We just didn't spend a lot of time doing the socializing thing, so I think that all just kind of contributed. Okay, so we know you now. We're good friends with pretty much everyone here. Like, yeah, variations of it, but I like how it's not always exactly great. Wait, get... the way this jumps around this building is really frustrating. Okay, so we've learned you have charisma, and now I think we're finally going to get that selfie. No? Yes? No? Can we have the selfie, please? I want the selfie. Finally, it's about time. Now, can we go to our graduation? Can we maybe actually graduate sometime today? This is the most uneventful graduation, I swear. And now they're not even going. They're like, let's hang out here while you go to graduation. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, you don't like them. Wait, I think you're the rival. What am I doing? Isn't Lobster Larry the rival one? Because we should have the dragon. Okay, they celebrated, I guess. One of them managed to throw the hat up. You know what? Another thing that's bugged. Is anyone surprised? I think once we have the actual diploma is when we can get the bonus at work. But what I was thinking is, speaking of work, it might be better for us to do the odd jobs first because of the fact that we can do odd jobs only during certain times, but we can go to the lab at any time. So it would make sense for us to get the money in while we can because we need it. This one takes a level 3 fitness, which we do have because we did a lot of fitness while we were doing school stuff. So that should be fine. Needs are pretty decent. I think we can go ahead, change our outfit into something a little more appropriate. And yeah, I think that will work out. Okay, now, now we just have to wait for this. I think if I can get 2 jobs in before our time ends, I'm going to do that. All right, it was a great success. We improved our rating and we made over 200 simoleons. We're going to need 1,000 Okay, it says, congratulations, university has earned Wilder a degree. The proof is in his diploma. Okay, so with that, we should be able now, when we go to look for a job, it should hopefully already have the part where it's jumped ahead to a higher level. All right. Having a relevant degree means this position will come with higher pay, easier promotion, more vacation days, and a signing bonus, which is the key part for us. Only one signing bonus can be awarded. That makes sense. Okay, so we are getting hired as a roast master. Now, if it starts at 4 p.m., we're not going to be working today, which works out great. Due to his degree, Wilder has been awarded a signing bonus of 3,000 simoleons, which means we don't need to work. But we do need to head over. We have, let's see, we don't work for 3 days, which will be fine. Gives us plenty of time to work on getting our comedy skill up just a little bit higher and writing or performing a routine. So for now, we're going to make just a quick little trip over to the lab. I think it's time. As I was inviting friends to join us, I only now realized that Frank is actually family, which is very interesting. But we're inviting over just a group of everyone we know, so we have some support and backup here. He's a bro, he's a friend, so it makes sense that, a lot of people are going to be here with us offering support. It also gives us a chance to kind of have a little bit of a moment here. We want to make a flirtatious joke. We need to rebuild this relationship because I think the only reason it kind of started to flail a little bit was because of everything going on. So we're definitely going to try to get things back on track here. Okay, and then we're going to give you a little knock-knock joke because we can't help ourselves, being a comedian and all. Alright, so first thing we need to do is use this key card then and head downstairs and hopefully we can test these spores. Alright, we're heading down. I feel like we need to get the group to come on over here together. And then we're going to construct infection profile data. Okay, let's hope that this is the information we need to construct a hazmat suit that will function properly for us. Good to see our crew joining us, Frank is here to actually be really helpful. We're going to share a conspiracy theory with you and give you some family advice. I don't know. We're trying to keep the conversation going, keep people here. I wish that when you brought Sims with you here, that they would kind of interact with the environment, so that it looked like you were all actually doing something together. Cassiel has just completely gone off and done her own thing. She's gonna probably... Oh, she's cleaning. She's a neat Sim, isn't she? Wilder's diligent analysis of the collected spore clusters paid off. Take this infection profile data to a Strangerville scientist to see if they have any helpful information. Okay, good to know. So we need to head back to a scientist. Now, let's see if we can find where Cassiel has wandered off to. She probably just came downstairs. Yep, she did. Okay, we are going to maybe split the group a little bit here and just go with Cassiel and head over to the library. Huh. This plant looks interesting. I think he's going to kind of check it out. He wants to see what it's all about. I don't know. It's kind of bizarre. And oh, we can harvest a fruit from it. Well, he is feeling a little hungry. Oh, that did some weird things. Maybe we should eat this and see if it helps with that hunger a little bit. Oh no. Something tells me maybe we shouldn't have eaten that. We're possessed. Alright. So we had to get possessed at some point, but hopefully we can still talk to a scientist. I don't know. It's going to be a little harder. Complain about normal human problems. This place is crawling with scientists right now, and I, you know, maybe should have waited to get him infected, but at some point he'll be able to do what he needs to do. Hopefully. At least his needs are fantastic right now. The mother calls and I must respond. Alright, well, he seems a little like, okay then. Well, you're interesting. Can we enthuse about human hobbies and discuss human does everybody in my game just fart constantly? I feel like something's going on there. Okay, well, yeah, we only have to deal with this for like another 3 hours, apparently. Maybe we should go home and sleep it off. He feels like maybe he might need a little bit of a rest. You know, the stress is clearly getting to him. The arboreal mind dreams through our fleshy eyes. Right. Normal. Totally normal. Can you interact with the pets when you're like this? It doesn't look like it. We have absolutely no way of interacting. It kind of feels like everything just stops being a thing you can do, which is interesting. That or I'm just locked up right now. Okay. We can plant a bizarre plant. Just literally anywhere. So we must have a seed? No, we don't even have a seed. We can just plant them. Weird. Don't think I knew that before. I think I assumed you had to have one in your possession. But there is nothing in my possession. But somehow I've planted them. You must wait before spreading more. Okay, fair enough. Apparently I must wait before doing literally anything. I wonder if we can interact with... Okay, we can chat with these plants. Now that we're possessed. Okay, and chatting with it seems to have just eliminated our entire thing there. I don't know. That was very strange. Okay, so we need... Let's see. We do need the hazmat suit, but we first have to get a scientist to put things together for us. Our needs are in a great place, and I wish that it wasn't 4:30 in the morning. Maybe we can use this time to work on our work goal. We will write a routine, and then once we reach like about 8 o'clock, we'll head back to the library. All right, we've finished with our routines. I think it's time to head over to the library and see if there's a scientist we can talk to around there. We did have one in particular we were talking with. And I do wonder if we could just invite him over here, or if we have to meet just anyone at the library. Let's see if we can just travel with Reggie, just to say, like, I'll meet you at the library. All right, Reggie. We have, people in Strangerville. Oh, we need a higher relationship with you. Okay, that makes sense, though. Interests, let's discuss logic puzzles. Maybe we'll end up discussing world peace and things like that. Because, you know, that is our goal, basically. We want to bring happiness and such to everybody. Where has he gone? Okay, we're out here. We definitely do need to build this relationship. That makes sense. Talk about the temperature, you know. Does it feel like things are getting even hotter here in Strangerville? It's very weird. We're going to joke about fashion a little bit. We can't help ourselves. We do have to, you know, be a bit of a comedian. That is what we do. We're going to do an impression as well. Might as well build that comedy skill, you know. And then we could ask you, but we're going to talk about how cloudy it is, you know, the strange clouds over there. We're going to discuss healthy relationships. I don't think that's a romantic thing. We're going to goof around a bit with you. You know, that's who we are. So we're going to joke about bananas. And I think we should do a couple more just Friendly. Oh, you play the violin. Interesting. Okay. We are going to small talk. Brighten your day. I want to work on our charisma a little bit. And then after a bit of this, then hopefully that's enough of a friendship that you'll craft a spore filter for us. That hair looks amazing on you. Alright, so we're getting in there. You like argumentative sims. Do okay then. Yeah, no, Lane, we've got a job. We're good. And we maybe should make sure that Lane understands that he was just used a little bit. Maybe we should wait until the investigation is done, but at some point we should probably just kind of let him down gently. Alright. So, will you craft that spore filter for us? Because we really have a lot to figure out here. Okay. Wow, you did it. Let me analyze this infection profile data, and I will send you a spore filter in the mail soon. Keep digging, and you might find a vaccine for this infection after all. Interesting. Wilder should check the mail. His spore filter has been delivered to his mailbox. Oh, we're definitely heading home. Wilder, I ran some tests on that infection profile data. I constructed a spore filter that will attach to any hazmat suit. This will give you everything you need to go deeper into the secret lab. Keep an eye on your mailbox for a special delivery. Well, I am going to go ahead and, well, wait, we might have to wait for the stuff to... You told us there was something in our mailbox, but there's nothing here. If I pay off... Oh. Yeah, I can pay off our loan. And we'll still have enough for the hazmat suit. We're not going to have much more than that, but at least the loan will be paid off and we can be done with that expense. Maybe after a couple of paychecks, we could finally move out of here. Enjoy your brand new, incomplete hazmat suit. I told you it was missing a crucial component. You might want to question scientists about spores. They might be able to provide some kind of spore filter. Yep, that's exactly what we were looking for. Thank you very much. And, we're going to... Can we sell you our evidence? Do we... Like, if we... What are we selling you? The key card? I need that. I need the infection scanner. The only thing I might have is the plant. And I really don't think it's worth selling it for just 10 simoleons. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I have been working on that negative relationship with someone from the military. He just particularly has decided he really doesn't like Travis. Maybe Travis just has been particularly difficult to deal with. So I think we're going to go ahead and fight you. I don't know. Maybe he's just feeling frustrated. He thought he was getting somewhere and now, you know, the mail that was supposed to be there isn't there. And just, these two just do not get along. And he's not normally the type to fight. You know, he's a lover, not a fighter. You know, and not even maybe a lover, more of just a passive individual. Although he is definitely taking on a lot here. I love when they come out of there just boxing away. All right. Well, I feel like you won that one. We're going to declare you an enemy because we need an enemy. And Travis, unfortunately, you're it. All right. So my real purpose for coming here, other than spotting him, was I wanted to get in here. I'm going to reset you. Sorry. And we're going to do some telling of jokes. We're going to test out that new routine of ours. Actually, I think that is normally an interaction. So I want to see now again. Practice act. Oh, recite. There we go. Recite cats, cats, cats. A short comedy routine. Yes. And after that, we're going to do our children are crazy, which is not the greatest of his routines. But, you know, he's got to fine-tune it a bit. Actually, I think we're just going to cancel the tell jokes and go right into just performing this routine. We could have written one and performed it to complete this, but either way, we're working on our comedy skill, our charisma skill, apparently. Interesting. Didn't know that was a thing. I would have thought comedy, if anything. Well, people are listening. They're clapping. Well, okay. Adeline is crying. I don't know if it's our routine. I mean, that was the good routine. So if she's crying over our routine, that's a problem. But at least some people are kind of paying attention to us. So maybe we're getting some fans. I do think we've got to make sure we're stepping into the spotlight. As we are like working on those routines and becoming known, it makes sense that at this point we're stepping into the spotlight. We're trying to become famous now. We've completed our studies and we're ready to just take this on for real. We might be slightly distracted, but are they fighting over me? Alright, we're getting some clapping. Some people are loving it. So, that's a good thing. Okay, I'm just going to have him telling some jokes to work on his comedy because we do need to raise that. And hopefully by the time we get to tomorrow, we'll have something in the mail. Oh no, he's possessed again. I was just sending him in to repair the shower, and the possession happened. Well, at least his needs are dealt with. And apparently he can repair things while possessed. At least when they're queued up ahead of time. Alright, so he wakes up unaware of what has just happened, and he's going to return home, and things just look kind of strange. I don't know. We're going to finish up that food. Most likely he's going to try to eat it, but we'll try to tuck it into the fridge and kind of clean up the mess that was made while he was possessed. But at least his needs are fantastic after that happens. There could be some definite advantages to being possessed. One of the things I keep forgetting is that he needs to master comedy and logic skills. Unfortunately, Wilder was not able to cope with grief in the most productive ways, resulting in a personality change. He's now a snob? That's an interesting change. I would like to see how that affects him. Maybe he's just a little overly confident or something right now. So yeah, we still need to increase logic. And honestly, I wish that there were better ways than just playing chess. I guess we could do certain things. I know that we can research, but I think we have to specifically do research on a research machine. We could go to the university and do that. We could sit in on classes and go to university. That's also an option. I don't know. Yeah, like we could sit on skill classes, but I feel like we don't generally move too quickly on that. So I think, if anything, maybe go and check out the research machines at the university. Maybe as someone who has been there, we have access to those. So, our parents' rancher friend, an employee, got a promotion. I guess mom and dad are paying him more. Oh, yep. Yeah, he's still ranch hand. So, he's been mom and dad's very long time ranch hand. And he called us asking if he should ask for a promotion. And apparently, mom and dad agreed. These are functioning just like normal computers, and these should be the research machines. At least that's what I was expecting. I'm a little confused. Oh, I wish I'd known that there was a machine here for bugging. That would have been helpful and much less costly to us. These are just standard computers, but these, which should be the research machines, maybe I'm... Okay, those are just word processors. What happened to the research machines? Okay, since we can, I'm going to swap a couple of these out for the high-end research machines. And there we go. Now we can research, and we're going to research, well, logic, and hopefully build that logic skill. It'll also build research skill, which, you know, is a sensible, to me, skill to be building while we're doing all this research on Strangerville. Okay, Rune has interrupted us and is calling to chat. I'm sure he's got some interesting information from back home. We're going to get as much research in as we can today. Then we're going to head back home, hopefully have some mail, and Gable wants to chat. Does everyone, they're all probably wondering things. I can imagine the conversations, because he is getting quite a bit older. They're probably starting to wonder when he's going to finally settle down. Maybe they think he's a little bit crazy with this whole Strangerville mystery thing. An acquaintance was telling me how much they dislike you. Try being a little nicer. Hello, he's literally a good sim. Now, our logic does jump up every time, but I almost feel like maybe chess was actually faster. There should be a chessboard around here as well. Well, we did get to logic 7 by researching, but I noticed Frank was nearby, so I popped a little chess table here in front of the property, and I'm letting them just play together. And I'm kind of curious which method will be faster. Now, looking at the progress, I'm thinking I might have been wrong, and maybe research actually was faster. An overachiever, honestly, that feels pretty on brand. Alright, we do have mail. Let's go ahead and get it. Hope that what we're looking for is there. Okay, we collected everything. We have the spore filter. Combine it with the hazmat suit. Alright, we've assembled the hazmat suit. So, that should be all we need to do what we need to do next. Maybe it's time to assemble the crew? Or maybe we should check things out on our own. Alright, let's go ahead and wear this hazmat suit. I think that that's the safest option for us. Then we're going to use the key card and see if we can get downstairs. Maybe if we had more hazmat suits, we could have brought the whole crew along, but, you know, he wants his friends and family to be safe, so he's not going to mess around too much with it. Alright, let's go ahead and use the key card here and see if we can get just a little bit further. Alright, what are we walking in on here? Spencer? It's really a bad time to call. Yeah, we might as well take the free money. Whatever. At this point, the money should start rolling in anyway, to be fair. Alright, we're heading over here. It doesn't look like we have anything keeping us from moving further. We're gonna take a view of some of these things. What do we have over here? That looks concerning. Okay. Got some computers. We really need to get on that whole programming skill thing. Let's use the key card and take a peek at what's going on here. After he's... Okay, yeah, you've viewed that enough. You've seen them. You know what they look like. You've been spotting them all over town. And it's, something's... Oh, geez. That looks concerning. Is he stupid enough to move forward? Or is he going to run screaming? I think we should at least attempt to communicate, but maybe we should save first. Okay, here we go. I can't really get up in here. Here we go. There we go. Alright. Yeah, we're just... Oh, we're possessed. Okay, so because we're possessed, we can communicate with the plant. And I'm hoping that we can get some important information here. I don't know. The possessed Sims are the funniest thing. Oh wait, now we're very focused. We've stopped being possessed. Interesting. Maybe we're kind of waking up a little bit. Like, excuse me, what is going on here? This is very strange. Okay. Oh no. Nope. Nope. Don't do anything weird. Don't do anything weird. Okay. We didn't really learn anything. We've made an attempt, but it might be wise for us to come back at some other point. You cannot fight the mother plant while you have the infected trait. Okay, that makes sense. We're going to attempt to communicate again. Maybe try to get some information here. Oh. She's kind of spitting at us and stuff, and that seems like a bad thing. I mean, other than that, you're feeling pretty great. You're feeling high in confidence. I mean, except that, like, anytime we start to actually communicate, we stop getting possessed. So I think maybe it's my timing here. I'm not communicating quickly enough because we run out of being possessed. Come on, you can do it. Nope, he slips out of it. We're just not getting through. I don't know. There's definitely a lot going on here, and I think we're going to need more people to help us out. I think it's time he heads home. Although, let's see. We need to vaccinate 3 Sims. Wait a second. What do we have going on here? Requires 5 spore clusters and 1 bizarre fruit. Okay. Alright. We need to go out here. We need to nurture one of these plants. We know how this works. We've gotten a bizarre fruit before. And then we need to do a bit of scanning for spore clusters with the infection scanner. Because we're going to need help. Okay, so we can harvest a bizarre fruit. And we like gardening. Sure. There's something really funny about him deciding he likes gardening right now. Of all times. Okay, so we've got the bizarre fruit. And we're scanning for spore clusters. How many do we need? That's the real question. Oh, wait. Oh no. He's possessed again. This is going to be very difficult. And he has work in 15 hours. I hope he doesn't go to work possessed. Although it could be really good for his comedy routine. Alright, we're going to have to work quickly while he's not possessed to get some things going on here. But, yeah, things are looking pretty scary around here. Oh, geez. I think just to be safe, we're also going to want to make sure we have a couple of the fruit so that we can make as many vaccines as possible. We need at least 3. But we have to convince 3 people to work with us, too. Oh, we actually already have what we need. And, you know, with everything going on out here, it might be wise to get inside for a little bit. Okay, it looks like it took 1 fruit and 5 of the spore clusters. So if we need to make 3 additional vaccines beyond the one for us, then we're definitely going to have 1 more fruit and 5 more spores. There must be one heck of a science class in his comedy program at Ubright. I know that it's a very high-end school, but the fact he's able to create a vaccine for a mysterious disease when his education has been focused around entertainment, I'm impressed. Wilder has successfully crafted an experimental vaccine. Test this on possessed Sims to learn how to craft the true vaccine. Okay, because we are possessed, we should be able to test it on ourselves, right? Oh, yeah, that maybe wasn't the smartest idea. The vaccine seemed to cause some kind of reaction, but did not completely isolate the infection. Keep testing on other possessed Sims to see how it will react. All right, fair enough. So we're going to create 2 more vaccines from, or at least 1 more from what we have here. It looks like one of our bizarre fruits disappeared. Maybe it hasn't. We'll figure this out. We're going to make at least 2 more vaccines and hope that this can be sorted out. The experimental vaccine needs to be tested 3 times before you're able to construct the infection vaccine on the chemical analyzer. All right, good to know, because that means we're going to have to perhaps nurture another plant, if we can find one that we haven't nurtured, and do a bit more scanning. And let's see, how long do we have until work? We have just 7 hours. Can he do this all before he has to head off to his first day at work? An unknown caller is asking if they can crash at our place for a few days. I feel like maybe he's got some people in his circle, and I think he's just going to say okay. It's going to be hard for them to find a place to sleep, but they're more than welcome. Okay, we've got the 3 vaccines crafted, and so we'll be able to test them on possessed Sims. Our needs are pretty good. We have work in like 2 hours. We're going to head home, figure out who our new guest is, and then head off to our first day of work. It's a very strange life that Wilder is living. You've discovered the source of the infection plaguing Strangerville, an enormous mother plant buried in the base of the lab. The only way to get the town back to normal is to defeat the vile creature. Find a cure for the infection and assemble a team to destroy the mother plant. All right, we could probably take this suit off for now. I'm not sure exactly how to do that. Oh, remove. There we go. And our needs should be, yeah, pretty good. Oh, Graham is staying over. Our babysitter. Welcome, Graham, to the house. I don't know why he was being so secretive. That's kind of strange. Not the strangest thing here in Strangerville, though, so let's be real. All right, we're going to go ahead and just do some vacuuming, clean some things up, and just kind of get excited about our first day. Okay, he's off. He's working hard. He's actually set to work hard right away. And we got one of these. Stand up to stand out. Wilder's getting ready to take the stage. He's been practicing a brand new comedy routine that he wants to debut for the audience. Suddenly, his cell phone rings. It's the president of the Plumbod Pictures recording studio. She's been keeping tabs on Wilder's career growth, very short career growth, and thinks that he's going to be the hottest new comedian to ever hit the airwaves. In fact, she wants to lock down exclusive TU rights to Wilder's act. But there's a single stipulation. Wilder must get to the studio immediately and debut his new routine live on TV. Is Wilder ready to skyrocket his career upwards, or will he continue growing on the comedy circuit at a slow and steady pace? If we film the stand-up special, Wilder gains fame and is promoted to the top of the comedian career, I can't see how he would give this up. His life is so absolutely insane sometimes, but this just feels like exactly what he would do. He's going to go film that stand-up special, and just like that, he's an overachiever. It's almost his birthday. He's a notable newcomer. He's on the road to fame. He's reached max level of the entertainment career. He was promoted to showstopper, makes an additional 335 simoleons per hour for a grand total of 735 simoleons per hour, received a bonus of 4,612, performed comedy in space, and another bonus of 5,534. He just literally skyrocketed. He's an overnight sensation. Just like that, Wilder has leapfrogged his fellow comedians and attained international recognition. No more open mic nights, no more dingy venues, no more small fry clubs. Thanks to Plumbod Pictures airing his debut stand-up TV show, Wilder will be selling out arenas and recording hot new TV specials on a regular basis. Bask in the spotlight. He's earned it. Wow. Okay, well, so just to recap, if we're looking at the goals for Generation Peach, we need to move to Strangerville as a young adult, which we did. Make 3 close friends. We have multiple close friends and family. Master comedy and logic. We have mastered comedy, I believe, but we have, we only need 1 more level on comedy. And we need to master logic, which we only will need about 2 and just a sliver there. Have 1 enemy who's a military sim. Befriend and meet your future spouse, which should be Cassiel, unless something else comes up. Get possessed at least once, which we've done. We can continue living in Strangerville once we've solved the mystery, or move to Oasis Springs to continue our career. We need to adopt 3 children. How did I miss this? Adopt 3 children before getting your spouse pregnant and having your 4th child. How did I miss that part? I've been putting off, maybe, honestly, it kind of makes sense though. He's waited quite a long time to have children. He's getting to the point that, he would be quite far along in his age. And now with this whole burst to his success, he's going to be famous. So, he's kind of doing what a lot of famous people do. He will adopt. And then you need to have a good relationship with your children and spouse, which honestly, I can't see him having anything but a good relationship. He's just that kind of sim. I think, though, we're going to have to explore the relationships and everything coming up. I think we do need to definitely focus on building that relationship with Cassiel, or seeing if maybe there's someone he connects with a little bit more. I really do like Cassiel, though. And yeah, wow. I will work on building him a new home in between episodes so we can at least move on to someplace a little more befitting his new status in life. Maybe not over the top just yet. I think he might be a little hesitant with success and maybe not quite so sure how he feels about things going on here in Strangerville. I don't think he's going to take off to Oasis Springs just yet, but I think he wants to maybe encourage Cassiel to move in with him. Everything, I think, is going to make him realize life's too short, things are crazy, there's no sense waiting. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Pause the like button, subscribe to stick around, and join the Catnip Club if you'd like some extra perks while supporting the channel. Have a cozy day, and I'll save you a spot for our next adventure.